반짝이는 눈빛 눈이 부셔 매일 날 감싸주는 손길.
Yun Sung-ho was feeling frustrated and desperate as he watched the situation unfold. Despite his efforts to remain calm, he couldn't help but be concerned about the people around him. His frustrations grew as he realized that Choi Myung-ji, the woman responsible for much of the chaos, had managed to evade capture again. Meanwhile, the stakes were rising higher by the minute. His thoughts turned to Shin Hyo-jin, who had been in a coma. In a surprising turn, Shin Hyo-jin and the military officer had united to arrest Choi Myung-ji and her daughter, but Yun Sung-ho was still grappling with the fact that there was no solid evidence to tie Choi Myung-ji to the crime, which only made him feel more helpless. Choi Myung-ji had already committed several heinous acts, not only killing Yun Sung-ho's daughter but also dragging his grandson Eun-chong. And now, she had reduced Shin Hyo-jin to a comatose state. Yun Sung-ho had failed to protect his family, and as he watched Shin Hyo-jin's deteriorating condition, he was overwhelmed with guilt and despair. Meanwhile, Choi Myung-ji was busy plotting her next move. She quickly instructed her daughter Yoon Se-young to search Shin Hyo-jin's study for any hidden assets. Choi Myung-ji was determined to seize everything, knowing that even if Shin Hyo-jin were to die, she and Yoon Se-young could still gain control of everything. The two women believed they could inherit Shin Hyo-jin's wealth and were ready to take whatever they could find. They had already stolen vast amounts of money, but Choi Myung-ji was after more. As they entered Shin Hyo-jin's house, they found that the password to the house remained unchanged, which made it easy for them to break in unnoticed. Secretary Jang had advised Yun Sung-ho to change the password after Shin Hyo-jin collapsed, but for some reason, it had remained the same. They had underestimated how vulnerable the security was. Yun Sung-ho, aware of the situation, had secretly arranged for CCTV cameras and eavesdropping devices to be installed inside the house. He knew that Choi Myung-ji would return. By recording her every move, he could gather crucial evidence. Meanwhile, Choi Myung-ji and Yoon Se-young were busy snooping around the house, unaware that they were being recorded. They were oblivious to the fact that their every word and actions was being captured. After a thorough search, the two women finally stumbled upon the seal and documents they were looking for. Yoon Se-young was ecstatic, thinking they had struck gold. However, Choi Myung-ji had a different plan in mind. She realized that with the steel in their hands, they could do even more, perhaps even take over the entire company. They began to fantasize about a future where they were the ones in control. Choi Myung-ji even imagined removing her brother-in-law, Go Ji-seok, and taking over the chairman's position herself. But the true twist of fate came when they discovered that the documents and the seal they thought were their key to wealth were nothing but fakes. Secretary Jang had swapped them out beforehand, and they all had in their hands were worthless scraps of paper. At this point, Yun Sung-ho's careful planning had paid off. He had anticipated this moment that had set everything in motion to trap Choi Myung-ji and Yoon Se-young. Secretary Jang, who had been closely involved in the scheme, was impressed by how well everything had unfolded. With the crucial evidence now secured, it was time to move to the next phase of the plan. Yun Sung-ho's expression showed that he was already thinking ahead, eager to see how everything would play out. The next steps were critical, but Yun Sung-ho was ready to reveal the truth when the time was right.
'Cause you are beautiful, a beautiful stranger.